Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Essential Words. My name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I'm really grateful that you're taking a few minutes out of your day to spend some time with me. Today is the final day of our deep dive into the Japanese concept of Ikigai, or discovering your life's purpose. If you've watched up to now, you've seen that we are going through step by step on this little handy dandy cheat sheet. And by the way, if you go to my website isoldet.com, this little handy dandy cheat sheet is there for you to use as you go through this entire process. If you haven't yet seen the other episodes on this, please go back to the one that's called Ikigai, and then you can go through step by step and do the deep dive so that you've gotten all of them done. Because this is a cumulative process by which we are going to determine the exact life purpose for you. And it's not we so much, I'm sort of giving you the steps. You're the one who's doing it. You're the one who's going to make it happen for yourself in a way that feels substantive and real right now. And I do want to say something about that idea of right now. Can your life purpose change? Sure. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't your wishes, goals, desires, and dreams evolve as you do? And I think that's something that we can almost rely on with certainty. Things will change. When I was a child, I wanted to be a super spy, a la James Bond, right? And I also wanted to be an astronaut. And I also wanted to be a Hollywood star and a Broadway star. There were all sorts of things that I wanted to do. And I did some of them. I certainly performed music out a lot. I also worked for NASA for over 20 years. Wasn't quite an astronaut, but, I was close, right? So I couldn't be an astronaut. I had bad eyes. I have flat feet. There were any number of reasons that I would never be able to be an astronaut. And that's okay, because you know what? My needs changed. It didn't stay the need to go out among the stars and explore. It became a need to understand the Earth and a need to understand our place in the cosmos. So my needs, my desires, what I loved, evolved over time. And see, this quadrant right here, what you love, it will change. Certainly the quadrant, what you're good at, will change because you'll develop skills. You'll find that some skills you develop become more important to who you are, and you'll want to learn more about them and develop them further. And you'll find that some you go, yeah, that was cool, but it wasn't what I really wanted to do, if you see what I mean. So this idea here that we are able to evolve means that we need to revisit this life's purpose relatively often, I would say. Whenever you feel like you want to know more about course correcting, aligning yourself with your path and aligning your path with where you are, the two together, the more you're going to do that. And I don't see any reason why you wouldn't keep modifying and amending it so that it's done with purpose, so that you're not just going, oh, I have a dream to be a Broadway star, but I'm really never going to take voice lessons, and I don't really want to take dance lessons, but I just want to be on Broadway, right? That it doesn't work that way. You're going to need to build the skills, and you're going to need to be interested in building the skills to do that. So bear in mind that all of this changes as long as you're the one who's got the foresight for it. If you are thinking about it in those terms, if you're going, I'm going to make this the way I want it to be, and I'm going to be willing to do the work to make that happen, then by gum, you're going to make it happen. If you evolve away from what you thought your life purpose was because what you love changes, or your skills change, or your belief about what the world needs changes, then you need to redo it and hone in on the new life's purpose. It can change. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now we've gone through in the previous episodes and we've looked at what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. And then we went through and figured out that what you're good at and what you love together are your passion. What you love and what the world needs is your mission. what you're good at and what you can get paid for is your profession, and what the world needs and what you can get paid for is your vocation. So all of those things sort of start leading you into that truncated, that final outcome, if you will, that central point of Ikigai, or your current life's purpose. Now, here's the thing about that. There are these little quadrants we didn't talk about, and they are these ones here. Okay? If you notice the way the graphic is set up, the circles intersect, and where they all intersect in the center is this Ikigai. The two of each have these potentials, right? The passion, the mission, the vocation, the profession. But there are these 4 little ones that we didn't really talk about yet, and they're really important. Here's what they are. They are when you satisfy 3 of what you want as far as your life purpose, but not all of them. So, for example, you can have what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. All 3 of them are satisfied, but whatever it is, no one's going to pay you for it. So you have this feeling of joy and light and purpose, and it feels wonderful, except for you have no wealth, right? You're not getting paid. So that's a problem, especially if part of your life's purpose is going to be doing it for a living, right? Making it your life's work. So that one, you need the 4th one. Then you might have what you love, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for, but you're not really good at it. So then you're filled with anxiety, aren't you? Because you've got 3 of them, but you're not really good at the thing you're trying to do. So you're constantly having that faker, what's the, I forget what the idea is, imposter syndrome. And it's not really imposter syndrome as much as it is really true that you don't have the skills. Now, can you build the skills? Perhaps. And should you? If this is your otherwise everything else is satisfied, yeah, of course you should. But you need to be aware of that. You need to make that a priority. Then you could have what the world needs, what you can get paid for, and what you're good at. But you don't do what you love, in which case you have a feeling of emptiness. It's basically, okay, I've got wealth, the world needs it, I'm good at it, but I don't really love it. For me, that ends up being administrative work. I'm really very good at it, and the world needs administrators, and I can get good money for it, but I'm not passionate about it. And the same thing with tech support. I'm really good at tech support, but I don't love it. So I'm not going to get that feeling. And then, of course, you can get what you love, what you're good at, and what you can get paid for, but the world doesn't need it. So you're going to feel useless. You know, it's like, oh, well, nobody's really interested. I mean, I'm getting paid for it, but it's not really helping. It's not really bringing something to bear that is impactful, that is going to be of service. And so then there's that feeling of, oh, I don't feel like I'm very useful to anybody. I'm not adding to the world in a substantive way. And if you're interested in bringing in something that is going to leave it better than you found it, you're going to need to do that. You're going to need to have that feeling of, I'm doing something the world needs. So now, here we are in the very last little bit of finding your life's purpose. What you want to do with everything I just talked about is hone in on the commonalities of each of your missions, vocation, profession, and passion. Find the common threads. Again, we've been funneling everything down into its components, if you will, into its essence. Now you're getting to the pinpoint. So go through your journal. And again, if you haven't done this it's day by day, go back to the beginning and start. Go through your journal and find the common threads among all of them. And you're going to find the one thing that will give you what you love, what you're good at, what you can get paid for, and what the world needs. When you put all of those together, not just 3 of 4 of them, but all of them, that one statement, find it, it will be your life's purpose. Drop me a line and let me know what that is. I'm super excited to hear from you. If you have questions, contact me. Until tomorrow, I send you my love.